Dear students, I have come back with my virtual class before you. I am Ujjal Malakar with you once again. In my previous class, I discussed voice change part 1 including assertive sentence. Today, I will discuss um, voice change part 2 including interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, double object, active object. Okay, my dear students, look at the whiteboard and let us focus on an example to make our idea clear. This is an example of interrogative sentence. My dear students, is Shima making tea? We know that interrogative sentence begins with auxiliary verb and WH question. Okay, this sentence begins with auxiliary verb is, and we can see here note of interrogation. Okay, my dear students, according the structure of passive voice, object plus AB verb plus B3 plus by plus subject. In the case of interrogative sentence, auxiliary verb come first, then object, then B3, then by plus subject. Okay, dear students, this object we write here first T. According this subject, we use here our auxiliary verb is. If the object singular form, the verb will be singular form. Okay, for this object we use here is, and for this ing we can use here being. Then B3 made of this verb, then by, then subject Shima, and at the end of the sentence we can put here note of interrogation. Okay, I am repeating again the structure of interrogative sentence. Auxiliary verb come first, then object, then for this ing we can use here with being, and then B3 by plus subject. Okay, my dear students, follow this example. Who made tea? This sentence begins with WH question who. If you find WH question who at the end of at the beginning of this sentence, we can use by whom. For this who, by whom. Then AB verb. This verb is this verb belongs to past indefinite, so we can use here was. Then object T, then B3 made, and here we can put here note of interrogation. Okay, I am repeating again. Who, if you find a who at the beginning of this sentence, we can use by whom. For this who, we can use by whom. Then auxiliary verb according to this main verb, then object, then B3. Okay, my dear students, if you find the sentence begins with what will stay in its place, what, then AB verb. This sentence belongs to present indefinite, so we can use here is. Then B3 of this main verb wanted, then by, then subject. you, and note of interrogation. I am repeating again the structure of this sentence. If you find what at the beginning of this sentence, and this what will remain in its place, and then a verb according to this sentence belongs to present indefinite, so we can use here is, and then B3 of this main verb want, wanted, then by, then subject you. Okay, my dear students, let's see an example of imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. Post the letter. Post the letter. We know that imperative sentence begins with main verb. Post is a main verb. Post the letter. Okay, the structure of the imperative sentence: let come first, let, then object. The letter is the object of the sentence. The letter, then B, then B3, posted. Listen to me. Imperative sentence begins with main verb, and if you find the sentence begins with main verb and you have to convert this sentence into passive voice, you first you use let, then object, then be, then B3. Let me do the sum. This is another example of imperative sentence. This sentence begins with let at the beginning. Okay, this let will remain in its place. Let, then object, then comes object the sum, then B, then B3, do, done, then by, then object me. This sentence begins with let, and passive voice we use let, then object, and then B, then B3, then by, then object. This is an object. Okay, my dear students, let's see another example of double object. For this, us, we can use we, and this is an example of a present indefinite tense. For this reason, we can use here are according to this subject, then B3 given of this main verb, then comes second object milk, then by, then subject, the cow. Let's see another example. Mr. Azad teaches us English. Here we can see here us first object, English second object. Okay. We can use here we for this us, then every verb according to this subject and tense are, then B3 thought of this main verb, then second object English, then by, then subject Mr. Azad. Okay, my dear students, now we will deal with factative object. Factative object. Let's see an example. We selected him captain. Okay. Him is captain, captain is him. This is factative object. Okay. If you find him as an object, we can use here he instead of this him, then every verb. As this is an example of past indefinite, we can use here as a auxiliary verb was, then B3 selected, then captain, then by, then us. If you find we as a subject, and we can use here us instead of this we. Okay, my dear students, no more today. I am finishing my class by inviting the next class. Goodbye, best of luck.